All right, folks, it's a pleasure. We happen to have Lucas Magoon on the line. Lucas, what's happening?
What's good, Chris? Doing great. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are, a couple days after Red Bull Heavy Metal. Thanks for the shout, Chris. All right.
Always a pleasure. So fun hanging in Boston. Before we get into Red Bull Heavy Metal, we got to know. The people want to know. The people want to hear the story. You lost the end of your finger in a incident. We want to hear what happened. We want to know the facts. Tell us about it, Lucas.
All right, Chris. Yeah, the digi is off on my left middle finger here. It all started back in Michigan about a couple weeks ago. And yeah, I've been getting kind of used to it. I'm dropping a couple joints and cigs and coffee cups, though, so I try to use my right hand now. Other than that, yeah, it was a winch incident. It bogged out, and I was like, chain's off. I'm down there working, putting the chain back on, and Jake Fern brings back the rest of the slack. And it was already kind of hard taking the rope out the spindle, so he was ready to pull back a little extra. So he just as hard as he could, pulled the rest of the rope back where he needed it, and then I had my finger, and it went right underneath the chain into the main sprocket, and it kind of just went in, and I just ripped it out. I was like, "Yup, fingers off." Kind of just clenched up the fist, and kind of was like, yeah, kind of walking around for a little bit. I was like, yeah, maybe we should get in the van. And then I was like, has anybody got anything to wrap this with? And then I'm like, yeah, can someone go grab my finger out down there? And so Caden went down there, and there was another homie there that was running a different winch, and he couldn't figure it out. So that's why we were on our winch. And Caden asked him, like, is the finger really off? And the dude's just pointing down there, stepping back, like, yeah. And then, so Caden just put it in a snowball. We got in the van, drove to the first hospital, and I had all the nurses laughing, and we're having a good time with it.
What were they
And
laughing about? What were they laughing about?
well, I was just kind of joking around here and there, and then yeah, they were smiling, joking, cracking jokes, and I forget what quote she said on the way out, but I was like, "There we go. There's the start of it." But she had a really good pun to it, so I forgot it. But anyways, I was sitting there like after they cleaned it, and I was like, all right, like, you know what? Like, I actually don't mind if they don't put it back on. I'm kind of digging it. And then he comes back in like, yeah, they ain't going to be able to put this back on. I was like, funny. I was just saying to myself how I don't mind if they don't. And then I was like, all right, I got to call Fern. Because like we just kind of left, and Fern was there. And I called Fern, and I'm like, how you feeling, Jake? He's like, dude. He's like, I'm about to be in tears. Like, I'm like, don't even worry about it, Jake. Like, I actually am kind of digging it. Like, it's actually kind of funny. And I was like, don't feel bad, dude. Like, actually, thank you. It's actually kind of cool. And I was like, yeah, like just drop that one grate, and I'm gonna come back, and then I'm gonna try to hit it one more before we go. So yeah, the nurses come back and then said, yeah, you got to go to a different hospital too. And I was like, oh, all right. And then we went back to the spot, and they actually cleaned everything up. So I was like, damn, all right. Well, we just sat around smoking and joking for a little bit, and then got all the equipment back into the van and went to the next hospital. And it was like 4:45 in the morning. And yeah, just kind of got there. I was able to sneak in a pen or two that they didn't find at the security booth. But yeah, I got it in, and kind of waited around a bit. And then they got me in one of the rooms, and they just threw a shot right into the bottom of the finger, and it all numbed out. And they just started chipping away at the rest of the bone. that was on it. And he's like, yeah, he's like, after I fix you up, I'm about to take this guy's hand that's got gangrene around the corner. And I was like, all right. And I was like, by any chance, am I going to get like some open particles like over into mine? And he's like, nah, don't worry about that, but you're probably going to get a whiff of it. And then right when he said it, just boom, like a wave. And it was the nastiest thing I've ever smelled. And, but yeah, just kind of, he's
Where
like chipping away. He's like, oh, did I get any on my shirt? I was like, I don't know, man. And then, like, just, and then we're just joking. And, yeah, he cut the rest of the bone off, peeled back the skin, and just threw
Jesus.
some stitches on it.
I don't need to hear all those details. I'm, I don't want our listeners like throwing up when they're driving in their car or whatever. But you know what? I'm curious. Where is the fingertip now? Where is that currently?
Well, that digi, let me channel in here. It looks like we're in Brooklyn, in the city above the visor of Moses' van. That's where I see you right now.
It's in the visor.
But
You
yeah,
have a body part in the visor of the van?
yeah, I actually forgot it when Mose dropped us off last night. We've kind of been forgetting it a couple times at the Airbnb freezers. Good thing Tanya was a little bit closer. One time she had to turn back and get the limb out of the freezer. But yeah, it's been towing around, and then we made it to Minnesota, and I went ice fishing with it, but nothing bit. And, so it carried on. It's been sitting in that biohazard bag.
You got a
A couple of times I would leave it outside the van, kind of tucked underneath some snow and here and there. But yeah, that thing's been tagging along, and it's kind of just been above the visor for a minute, and it's kind of like froze to the visor. It's fallen down on a couple people that put down the visor, but now it's kind of frozen to the visor. So at least it's kind of cold. And I was actually going to throw it out into the crowd at the Red Bull Heavy Metal event. But then you guys claimed it. So I guess you guys are getting the digi for the bomb hole set.
Yeah, we
A little
did.
prop.
We did request Gunner's finger to have on set here. That is something that we are going to make happen. Not sure if it's legal.
I don't know if it's a federal offense.
Body parts.
Yeah,
I don't know how that works.
Yeah.
Is there a way we can get it?
Figure that one.
We just need to get it in a mold, and then if we could do what I really want is like a gold Gunner's fingertip, like gold. You know what I'm saying? How do we do that?
Probably have to be dipped in something or spray painted, because I
just spray paint
definitely think it's turning a little bit. I think it's moving. It might have
a little spray paint.
Might have turned into a zombie moving body part. So I think it kind of.
What color? What color is it right now? Out of curiosity, what color?
It's getting a little ripe. I think last time I checked, it was getting a little ripe. So I think it would be best to maybe throw a thick layer of gold spray paint over it.
Yeah, that'll seal it up. That'll seal it up.
Yeah, seal it up and it'll look brand new, dude. There we go. I think we should get Stan's tooth involved too.
Yes.
And we should combine Stan's tooth with this digi and maybe make like a cool keychain or something.
Yeah, you could rock it like a chain. I see Zeb rocking the Jordan chain. You could be rocking the finger chain.
Right, the old digi chain.
Chain. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I'm for it. It could be about it. Either or, it's yours.
I appreciate that. Let's get it.
Dude.
We'll get it.
It's for the bomb hole.
We'll spray paint it. We'll throw it in a glass case. We'll spray paint it. It should be good to go. But
right, I think so. Yeah, if it's sealed up with some, I don't think it'll turn much more.
Yeah, I think you just got to seal it up. It's simple. Just got to seal it up.
But it's cool. I have my nails freshly cut on there, so it's looking primed up. So yeah.
One thing we got to talk about, though, I mean, your attitude about losing your finger is just phenomenal. It's it just adds to the folklore of Gunner's tale. I love to see you lose your finger. You're joking about it. You're having a good time about it. It doesn't seem to be really slowing you down in any way, Gunner.
No, yeah, I've still got the legs, so everything's still moving good. Yeah, so it was fun. It's actually kind of funny because it's the same spot I broke my hand at the year prior. So before we left the spot, I'm like, hey, Zone, we love you. I think for the third roll next season, when we come back, maybe a little bit smoother, maybe could get clipped up and not lose or break anything the third roll.
Yeah,
So,
third time's a charm. Third time's a charm.
Yeah, we're going to be back there next season, and then get to continue what we were doing.
Well,
So,
I
yeah, that's
appreciate.
about it. I don't know. It's fine. I don't mind it. Don't mind it at all. It's a little extra. It's kind of rustic.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Well,
It's fine.
let's go with what's
I think,
recent in our memory. I think we should change gears and talk about Red Bull Heavy Metal. You didn't get a podium. I thought you should have. The judges actually asked me who I thought won, and I said your name. So you had the people going. You rode out into the street. You were riding down the wooden railing that was not intended for snowboard use. Tail tap back one of my favorite clips of the experience there. How was your experience at Red Bull Heavy Metal?
well, it was kind of like an old dream come true because back in the day, in a couple of those grenade intros in those videos, they kind of had some shots of the old Red Bull Heavy Metal, and I remember telling myself, I want to do one of those one day. So a couple decades later, it happened, and it was amazing. I just being there, being a part of it was everything to me. So
What about the crowd?
I'm the crowd. That was the most I think ever been around for a shred event. I think we overcapped a lot of things. I'm hearing.
Yeah, somebody
Here we breaking records on the amount of people we had there.
15,000 people was the number I heard.
I heard 20,000 or more.
Woo!
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty dope. It was, and I was super hyped that you're up there just getting to preach to Boston, bud, because we know how much you love it. So that's what made my day, too, is you up there getting to preach to Boston.
It was good town. The crowd was all time. We had some "Let's Go Bruins" chants going. At one point, Butt Puke, Jake, I believe Godet is his name. Jake, absolute ripper. We were referring to him as Butt Puke on the microphone, and we had 10,000 people chanting Butt Puke in the downtown Boston. It was incredible,
Right? Yeah, there was, I think we all made it out alive. So, some Kurt Russell escape from Boston. I think we handled it. And I think the whole crew from Loon Park crew to all the photographers and filmers to all the shredders, I think we all combined powers, and it was magical, dude.
It was magical.
Great. I think, dude, it was a great experience to be alive with everyone, and we got through it, dude. And I'm assuming they're going to bring it back again next year. Might as well.
Yeah, that was mental. Well, let's talk about another topic here. This is just a huge undertaking, and I think we need to shed some light on it. You guys pack up the van. I don't even know how many stops you do, but the Goon Jam Tour. How's it been going this winter? Huge undertaking. How many stops? Where you been going? Fill us in.
Yeah, we had about 10 stops this year. We still got one more up in Saddleback in Maine in April. That'll be the last one of the year. But yeah, we started kind of end of December. We start the first one up at where we do Goonfest the last weekend of June every summer. We started up at Snow Ridge in Turin, and yeah, we hit the road and Michigan to Minnesota to Wisconsin to Denver to Tahoe and then Nevada. And we were going to do West Virginia, but it was kind of last minute. But though I think next year we'll catch that. But yeah, it's pretty much start on the east, go out to the west, and make our way back. And it's been going smooth. And then in between where we stay, other than doing the jams, we get to film in the streets to rack clips for the video that we'll drop every fall. So
we got a new name.
Yeah,
we got a new name.
It's in the works though, but I think we're gonna have to have something like Chop Digities or Chop Limbs and something else. So I don't know. It's brewing right now. It's in the mix. don't really got quite a hit on the topic title yet, but though we've got a couple new hitters to the squad. We got Caden and we got Scotty in the mix, and yeah, it's been going good. It just keeps growing every year, and it's great to just hear good feedback every time. So it seems like a mission accomplished. So
Nice
we
work.
just want everyone, to have a good time and feed the fire and feed off each other and let the good times keep rolling.
Yeah.
So yeah,
good to see what you're
It's
doing
been
for
going
snowboarding, and you're just piggybacking. You're just putting this whole event on your back, and you guys just go grind it out. You and Tanya and Winter. It's incredible. But I want to go back to a topic I'm very curious about. Your mom, Jeannie. Okay, she is a sweetheart. Took me in whenever we'd come up and ride Killington and stay with you when we were kids and stuff. I just got to know, what did Jeannie say when you called her and told her you lost your finger?
Oh, that's funny to say, because she was like, yeah, by the way, like right before this happened, we were just bringing up great Uncle Phil, how he stuck his hand in the snowblower and lost a finger or two. And I was thinking I was going to give you a call and let you know to be careful on finger limbs. So thanks, Ma. I think you kind of put that out in the universe. And yeah. So I don't know what you manifested there, but
So this is Jeannie's fault. This is Jeannie's fault.
I don't want to say it, but I think she kind of might have put the vibe out there a little bit. So I don't know. The energy might have kicked over, and then yeah, she's like, "Funny that happened because I was just gonna let you know. Watch out." So
insane.
Thanks, Ma. So yeah, but it comes down to my fault by miscommunication. I could have, I could have told him, "Hey, don't pull it back. My hands are in it." But hey, it worked out. So maybe a little bit more communication next time when you're dealing with your fingers in the chain and the spindle. And I think in that wench sometimes is like off angle. So I think the chain this whole time has been sharpening the one sprocket. So like, I'm actually glad I'm glad I ripped the rest of it off. So yeah, it seems like it would have been a little difficult. Maybe I would have just finished the rest if it was, but yeah, I did. So yeah, old news now.
Incredible, Gunnar. Well, we're doing a full-blown show, so this is just a segment for it. So we're going to get back to our show. But Lucas, it's always a pleasure when you call in, my friend.
Chris, thank you very much, fam. It's all love and to the bomb whole nation, bud. Oh yeah, always a pleasure.
Talk to you soon.
Maybe we'll talk again.
Maybe I'll see you at Goonfest this summer.
There you go, Goonfest, or maybe make it out to Homesick.
Oh yeah, I'm. My schedule's full. I can't make that one, unfortunately. But
I know, right?
Go kill it. You got a podium. You get a podium last year, right?
I got podium the first year they did it. I got second. Yeah, we got 18 to like 39, so we're in with the young hitters. So almost. But yeah, well, it's always a good time. So keep that rolling, and yeah, we'll talk another time, Chris.
Okay, have fun, brother. Great catching up. We'll talk to you, Gunnar.
Thanks, man. All love. Peace.
Later.